What is going on, everyone? How are you all doing today? Today we are bringing you the round one of Swiss stage between Team Germany and Team France. I am Vinny, and I am joined by my co-caster BYosh.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm not Torp. My name is BYosh. I'm just filling in here, just for time. We don't have a second caster officially with us yet, so I'm just gonna be filling in here for that time being. And welcome into the stream. Hope you guys are all excited for a great match in here with us today with Germany and France. This is gonna be your 8th seed and 9th seed competition here for your the Swiss stage or the main event in this Mario Kart World Cup for the Mario Kart Wii side, as we're going to take a look here at really what is the Swiss stage. And here we've got a little graphic just showing essentially what visualizing what that's going to be for you guys. The best way to describe it, as I've learned it, is that it's 3 wins and you're in, 3 losses and you're out. And so essentially every team's going to be aiming for 3 wins within their respective matches. And if you win a match today, you'll be facing people who are also won their match. So with likewise records, if you're 1-0, you're going to be facing against teams that are 1-0. If you're 2-0, you're going to be facing teams that are 2-0 as well, and so on and so forth here. And as long as you guys don't get 3 losses, then you'll be staying alive here. So this action will be going on from the 26th, which was, I believe, Wednesday, all the way up until July 9th. So we've got a bunch of time for this huge, essentially this huge Swiss stage, something different that we're trying out this year with the Mario Kart World Cup. I'm excited for it to all unravel. I know some of you guys out in the chat are as well, so it's gonna be very interesting to see how this all turns out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, today, like once said, we bring you guys an amazing match, and we can probably transition over to the lineups for either team real quick. So we will start off with Team Germany's lineup, and they will be bringing out Kevin, Crash, Nikos, Raz, and Luxy bagging. I was told by BYosh earlier that this is not their expected lineup from the write-up. It was supposed to be Lucid and Paul instead of Nikos and Raz in their expected lineup, but they are just subs for today or AFK for whatever reason, but they still do have 2 really extremely strong runners up at the top in Kevin and Crash that can do a lot, can do the heavy lifting up at the front perhaps, but with Nikos and Raz being their probably support runners and being really good ones at that. And I still say this is a really strong lineup for Team Germany. And they have a strong bagger in Luxy as well, has been bagging high div for a while now. Definitely hold his own up there with the top baggers in today's game. I don't know if though I really don't see them at least struggling too much despite not using their expected lineup. I still think they'll do well. What are your thoughts, BYosh, on Germany's lineup?
Yeah, I still really like this lineup, even if it's not what we expected their lineup to be. Their expected lineups, or what we expected to be their quote unquote best lineup, would be Crash, Kevin, Lucid, and Paul running with Luxy backing. Even if you're missing Lucid and Paul here, I still like what Germany's going to bring out today. It's still going to be a very strong running performance from both Nikos and Raz. They're not, they may not be what the quote unquote best scenario would be for Germany, but they're still going to bring you a really strong front run presence with this team. So, not, if I'm Germany, I'm not worried there in that respect. And even if our expected lineup may not even be their best lineup, this may be what they want to put forward. And if this is what they want to put forward, I can still see them being very successful in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a small chance, I guess, they could struggle without Lucid or Paul, but since they still have Kevin and Crash, I think they'll be fine in the running department. To be honest, like they're all good playmakers as well. Like I know Kevin and Crash probably might rely a little bit more so on lines, but maybe Nikos and Raz could be the playmakers for them, and maybe be the schlaggers to keep Team France in the back and let Kevin and Crash break away and run, especially on the running tracks. And then hopefully Luxy can get at least a fair amount of shocks to help him out too. With that, we can probably switch to Team France's lineup, see what they're bringing out today. So they will have Zone, Knight, Fatal, Shiv, and LXDDZ bagging for them with Hakeem, Istior, Space, Xenon, and Gisco sitting out, and was also mentioned that Xenon was one of their expected was in their expected lineup, but he is sitting out today. So neither team is bringing out a lineup in which it was their expected lineup. They're not bringing out their main lineup. Both of them have I guess you could say their subs or one or two subs in, but still a really again a strong lineup from France as well. I think they could definitely keep up with Germany in the in the top spots and challenge those top spots as well, for sure. And it looks like Torp has joined us as well for the cast. Welcome aboard, Torp.
Just made it. I was caught up with some other stuff, but I'm ready to go.
Hey, it's all good, man. We were just talking about the lineups real quick. We are just talking about Team France. Team France's lineup real quick. All good. What do you have to say about Team France's lineup?
France is looking solid. I feel like this is probably the best version of France we've seen in a World Cup. I definitely like the lineup they got right now. Running and bagging wise, they should be pretty good. I don't know if I would put them above Germany in this one per se, but definitely some really solid players. This is definitely a, kind of a scary team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the bagging battle, I don't know too much about Alex DDZ. I mean, if I had to guess, maybe Luxie has a slight edge on him, but I think it'll be somewhat close. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means, or I don't think one bagger will absolutely blow the other one out of the water. So I think maybe shocks will be sort of even. It might honestly come down to uh to whoever can come in the clutch when it matters the most or make the plays when the plays need to be made, or just if one team can dominate the top spots more so potentially is is what I would have to predict for this. But
Yeah.
um
I mean, I can say from personal experience that Luxie is just cracked. Like that guy's gotten so good recently. I'm really happy to see his progress. And I don't know too much about Alex. I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Respectfully, it's just a weird thing to pronounce. Is it like Luds or LXD? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think they're both really good. But I definitely give an edge to Luxie just from what I know about him.
yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I think Luxie does hold the edge over LXDDZ. Again, sorry, yeah, if we're mispronouncing that name, we're trying our best here. But I think as for like lineups, I think as far as running department, I might give as well a slight edge to Team Germany. I think maybe Kevin and Crash Art can be a pretty dynamic duo up at the top and can maybe, like I said, maybe just dominate those spots a little bit more. But you definitely cannot underestimate Team France, especially with Zone and Knight might be their two running presence. Maybe Shiv as
Yeah,
well, though
yeah.
Shiv might be kind of on the slagging. Him and Fatal on the slagging department maybe, as Shiv is really good at hitting people, that's for sure. He used to be like a really good troller back in the days. He can probably do a lot of slagging while Zone Knight, maybe even Fatal, kind of run up and contest those top spots. Team
Mhm.
Germany.
Yeah, but with that said, Germany's definitely not using their best lineup right now. I'm kind of surprised to not see Paul in the mix. I feel like he's, shown a lot of good performances lately. I would definitely put him in the conversation for like maybe even second best on the team. Might be a hot take, but I feel like he's improved a lot too. Um, but yeah, I think in terms of just star players, Germany has a slight edge. Um, I think maybe having Raz playing is going to be a little bit of a weak point, just from my experience playing them in scrims. It seems like he doesn't have the impact of the rest of this lineup, but he's definitely good enough to do solidly and do enough.
Hmm.
I hope.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully he doesn't he doesn't hurt Team Germany too bad. Yeah, I was also surprised when I saw the two of their guys that were supposed to be in their main lineup are sitting today. Maybe they're just caught up with IRL stuff. I don't know. But and yeah, both of those players like Lucid and Paul are really good runners for sure. Like they definitely hold their spots to top spots. They've been in high div for quite a while now, and yeah, who knows
Yeah,
if there was something to bring Germany down, maybe it could be that. I don't know. As we are getting started
yeah.
right here.
I mean,
Um,
Nico's no slouch though. That guy is clean.
yeah, he
But
is.
anyway,
He
here
is.
we go. First match for both of these teams, kicking off the Swiss stage.
Any quick predictions, Torb? Who do you think's gonna win this match today?
I think Germany's got it in the bag. I think they're gonna win by a good 44 points is my prediction.
Okay,
Just a
okay.
random number. I think somewhere in that ballpark. Who knows? Maybe I'll just bink it right on the nose.
Maybe you just might. Yeah, that's a good prediction. Yeah, I think I'll say, I think I'll say Journey as well, just by a little bit. But I'm gonna have them winning by 20 points instead of, or I think it'll be closer. But only time will tell. Of course, is the first track to get picked. Looks like it's RBC. So hopefully it's a good match. Hopefully it is an entertaining one for you guys. And also we will go for LXDZ. We will go by him as Tony for the rest of his matches. I was told either one is
Tony
fine,
got it.
so we'll go with
I'm
him.
very happy about that.
Yeah, me too. As we get started here, Kevin will draft into third, get taken back into third. 1-3 or 2-3 looks like for Germany now, as Shiv is trying to contest first night as well. Another draft for Kevin. He's gonna find himself in second. Fib snipe attempt on Knight is not gonna connect, but Germany still occupying a good portion of the top spots. He's gonna try to play it safe and not get back by Knight early on here.
Yeah, a couple nice drafts for Kevin at the beginning, but Knight got a pretty fortunate set of triple streams, it looked like, to keep first, which is really important on this track, given how much control you have over the back spams when you're in the front. So top two is pretty powerful right now, although Shiv might be getting redded out here.
Hey,
And
will
there
get
he
Reddit.
goes.
Yeah, there goes the top two for France, but Knight is still holding strong in first, and Kevin's got to be aware of Zone's triple greens here, as he's might go this night. He's going to try to pressure him into maybe relinquishing second, and yeah, this is going to allow
Yeah,
probably
this is
Knight.
tricky. He's kind of getting sandwiched a little bit.
Raz on the come up here. We'll get into second. So a 2-3 now for Team Germany, and right now, one bagger is way gone in 9, and one is way gone in 10 right now. It appears tonight.
Yeah,
Oh, he gets.
there it is. That was bound to happen eventually. That's just a spot where if France play that correctly, they can really just make it impossible for Kevin, because Shiv can go tight even when his teammates backing in first, and Kevin just kind of has to lose time until he gets, he runs out of room. So
Yeah,
France top two right now, with a lot of space to work with. This should hold for the rest of the race, unless we see like a high spot dodge or a couple blues for Germany. So really good start for them.
yeah,
Right
yeah.
now.
They played the first part extremely well, and right now Germany's just playing catch up right now, which is not a good thing to
Yeah.
be playing whatsoever on RBC. I'm gonna assume that Germany is gone in 10 because I don't know what Tony was doing, but he's just sitting kind of at the respawn now. So maybe Germany has shock potentially, and if they have dodges, they might be able to work back in. As Shiv did pull a TC and gets redded by Kevin as well. Yeah, that was really good slagging there from Kevin. Okay, no shock is in play right now as Lexi did just drop a star for Germany. So still top two gone though for France, and it's just looking like this top two is just a lock for the rest of the race. Even if Germany does end up pulling shock, they're just absolutely gone in top two. And yeah, they just played the slagging game extremely well. Oh, their shock does come in, and we will see a build dodge there.
Yeah,
We'll
Nico might be able to get second off of this. We'll see how far that build takes him. Yeah, it's taking him the distance. I don't think he's gonna reach first, but Zone actually with a chance to maybe clutch up with the greens.
if he can get a
He's not gonna
miraculous,
go for it. No.
probably
Maybe
wiser
if
to not.
he committed to taking rail and he threw the greens up on the rail, but sometimes you don't go for huge plays like that on race one of the war. But it looks like France still got a winning race out of that. They played the beginning super well, so even with the build dodge, they were able to keep their top spots mostly.
Yeah, they were absolutely gone from I'd say about mid to end of an level, and they absolutely just broke away. And they did a good job of getting Kevin out of their top spots as he did at first. Was contesting those top spots with some good slagging from Team France, then just streaming up, just getting into tops, breaking into them. As we did see a 1-3-4 here, or 1-3-4-5 from
Yeah.
France. Really good start from them.
And despite pulling the TC in third, Shiv still gets a good spot out of it too. So yeah, really strong start for Team France. And that's a
Yeah,
track where if one team is like clearly better than the other, then they're usually going to, kind of just dominate the front. And you have to just play really coordinated with everything happening at once.
hmm
So
yeah.
really impressive start by Team France.
Let's see if they can keep this momentum up going into the next race. A track pick would certainly help a ton. It looks like Team Germany is going to offer Mushroom Gorge here, while
That's
I
Maple, right?
I don't.
Bladderwald. I'm pretty sure that's Maple.
I'm not
That's
that
like
great at
that's
Germans.
one of the few German ones I know is Bladderwald is Maple Treeway. I'm probably not even
All
saying it
right,
right. I just think
all
it's
right, all
funny.
right. I got. Hey, at least. Hey, that does help certainly for here. So it's Maple, I guess, is what they are trying to go for, and it looks like it will be a um.
They do get
Okay, it
Gorge.
is
Yeah.
Mushroom. This is Gorge. Okay, so yeah, Gorge will get picked. And we'll see if Germany can take advantage of them getting a track pick here. I assume most of them will opt to go for triple shrooms. One's got to get Aether here and see if they can try to get Bill. But triple shrooms is just like the best thing you can pull on this track. So if you do pull them and you don't get hit out, you're pretty much golden. But Kevin will just pull a single red here and
Yeah.
I'll try to maybe get Zone out of third with. You see Nico's, though, in second right now, so at least one of Germany is in second. Oh, it gets a Shroom in fourth as well, so Kevin probably is going to take Gap right up here.
It's interesting. Not a lot of teams pick Mushroom Gorge nowadays. You know, a lot of people think it's a little bit too luck based, just with how random it is to get TS'd or blued off and stuff. But I guess there's still some teams who are still out here picking it. We'll see if it works
Yeah,
out for Germany. As Crash takes Golden Strat, so he's gonna be kind of gone in first for the time being.
Raz up here as well. So far, so good. 1-3-4 for Team Germany, but the problem is, oh, a snipe coming out from Nye. Great snipe there. We got him right on Kevin's noggin
Yeah.
there. That's going to find him in fifth now.
So
After that.
one bagger just started going forwards, and I don't think they're chaining boxes. Whoever that, or maybe they are chaining him in ninth. But that indicates that the shock has probably been pulled already. I haven't been able to see who it is, but that could definitely turn the tide. If Germany has it, they can maybe just use it to keep their top spots. And
Oh,
Zone
the
gets powed
pow!
right at Gap.
He is off, and it is Tony who was sitting at this first set round right here. Yeah, he's right over there, so he could indicate that he has shock potentially. And
Yeah,
looks like
France
it's
could
top.
need it.
Yeah, they're gonna need it's
Sure.
top three
That
for
was a
Germany right
really
now.
good pow by Germany. They got Nico and Kevin in the air, so they both took Gap, and they made it really hard for Zone to make it because of the bounces.
There it is,
Shock comes
shock and
in.
ES on Kevin. Someone dodging Bill. I assume it was France there, and that's just devastating for. Yeah, two of Germany was off there, so it looks like I can't tell. Maybe Fatal took over first there, I think. So maybe a 1-3 from France there. Nico's going for Gap. He's gonna, yeah, make it there. But I think it was a good race for France again. That shock was huge for them, and they got Bill as well too.
Yeah, that's the winning combo on MG. Just Shock and Bill. Very hard to mess that one up. Unfortunately, Zone got shocked into set on the left path, pulled TC and then a star, so kind of didn't really have any chances to win afterwards. But yeah, it seems like France salvaged it. Like I said, Shock is just so volatile on that track that even when you're down huge, pack-wise, other teams' top spots, it's very easy to make a comeback if you get a good TS and a dodge, and that's what they did. So looks like it's a slight winning race for France.
Yep. That is definitely a win race, Tony, with getting the back win as well. Coming up clutch and getting that shock there as, yeah, shock is just so huge, as you mentioned. Like, if you get shock on that track, and especially with higher div lineups, usually typically know what to do with that shock, usually results in a winning race. Not always, but most of the time. And especially since they were able to pull dodgers. I mean, they just played that lap 3 to perfection there, and Germany didn't really stand a chance, especially with two of them getting TS'd off there. It was just a GG pretty much for them there.
Yeah, it's also weird because like on that track, if they were higher spots, like if they were like, I don't know, 2-4, it would have been a lot harder to call a good shot. But since like the other team was just kind of separated in top 3, they could just TS him, and it was a very very simple game plan from that point, which is a weird thing about Gorge because when spots are mixed over the mushrooms, it's really hard to guarantee that your shock's going to benefit your players and hurt the other players just because it's just so random sometimes. But here we go,
Oh,
DDR.
absolutely.
France's pick for top 3.
I would imagine they
Or
can
not
hold
top
their
3, 1-3.
1-3. Yeah, you're good. You're good. I imagine they can hold on to first here. We'll probably see first taking Sandhop, barring lag. So yeah, he'll be able to go for it. And these triple reds from Kevin are going to be really good. Shiv is going to opt to use his Mega and is going to try to slag Kevin and try to wreak havoc here. He wasn't able to get Kevin. Kevin escapes, was still holding triple reds, and pulls a bomb, so he can do a lot of damage potentially wherever he opts to either throw it or back it. But he's still sitting pretty here. Definitely 9 and goes well. Bagging battle is pretty much even right now. Goes to throw a bomb up here, and it will
Nice,
connect
he
on
gets the
9.
one, yep.
Nice snipe.
So France still 1-3. The big thing to watch out for right now is who's going to be the first person to take Ultra. Because if somebody from Germany has like a golden in 7th here, they could definitely get up into first and kind of help out their team that way. And it looks like, oh my god, they flew by so fast. I couldn't even see who that was.
I saw Raz was one of the
Okay.
ultra takers. So he's up here, and maybe France was another. Oh, what happened? What happened there? A little bit of collateral damage happened. So, this is Zone's POV now. Okay, yeah. So Zone, currently in 4th, and it looks like it's
Yeah,
C
top
Fatal.
2-4 for France.
France is in really good spots with DDR, and their shock is coming in.
Another shock and bill for Germany. It's Crash this time. Probably just going to win the race off that, and that shock is going to get their bottom spots into boxes. I don't think they dodged in any stars, but Kevin pulls triple shrooms, fails the fast ultra. So
Unforged fail there. That would have been. He was in a really good spot if he makes that, and
that
his
POW
POW's
also
gonna-
sucks. He just cannot get a box. Raz is dead.
Yeah, France is once again in a really good spot. And Red's coming out for him. I don't know if these will connect or not. A mega pull from Kevin, but I think it's gonna be another pretty good race. Although Knight
Yeah.
did
Crash
kinda-
should be first. I think that might be all Germany has right now. Yeah, it looks like 2-3-4, maybe 2-3-4-5 for France.
It's another winning race
At
for
least
France
it's a winning
here.
race, yeah.
Knight
dodges and
done.
lands. Did he land in the sand or on a nano?
I think he clipped a little bit of the sand
Yeah.
at the end, so that it slowed him down. Nonetheless, still a winning race for France, and I don't know. Germany just doesn't really have an answer right now for France. They're just kind of outplaying him a little bit. I mean, even though Germany did use shock early on and crash dodge and Bill, he was still able to keep first. Their other spots just weren't able to really catch up there. I don't know if it was just not great items or if France was just killing them. But yeah, 2, 3, 4, 6. I don't know. I mean, what do you think's been going on, Torp, for Germany
Yeah,
early on?
you would hope if your bottom spots the majority of the race on DDR that you would have somebody dodging in a star. I'm not sure if Kevin dodged, if he just got shocked into set, and then yeah, obviously failing fast ultra like that is going to be a detriment to your race. I mean, he probably would have come out in like 4th or so, which is a spot where you definitely can get items to, hit people or maybe just shroom up at the end and get a good spot, which could have been the difference in that race. But that's obviously a cut that's really easy to fail no matter how good you are at the game. It's basically impossible to make it every time, in reality. But yeah, France is looking clean. I'm impressed.
Me too. I mean, we both predicted Germany to win this match, and right now, I know it's early on. We can't really talk whatsoever. It's still relatively close, but France is making us look foolish for that pick early on. But Germany can very easily turn the tables within a race or two, and they will get their track pick in Goldmine here. And we'll see if Crash can hold. He needs to hold on to first year early on. It's very important that he does not lose his top spot, as there's all France behind him pretty much. Could be really bad if he gets hit out. If he gets hit out even just once here, this could be bad. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah, the spots behind Crash are going to be biting at his heels, trying to get in front. It looks like Fatal just kind of started in front of him somehow. And France is already looking really good. And Triple Shrooms is such a good pull. If he gets a draft or just Shrooms into first, he can kind of just secure a run for the rest of the race. But he
Yeah,
burns 2 Shrooms. I don't know if I like that. I feel like he could have just used one Shroom a little better and kept the last one. And just, had that blue protection. Because his teammate is the second, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have to agree with you. I think he might even have been passing him with just those 2 trims potentially.
Yeah.
Maybe he could have even went past him. So I would have to agree. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the best idea, but they do have a.
Yeah, he played it like
small break.
extra safe, and we'll see if it ends up punishing, him in the long run. Depends on whether or not Germany's gonna be pulling blues. And there's
As you
the first
say it.
one. Yep.
Caster's Curse. Blue is coming out on zone. So using that last room does come back to bite him there. This is going to take him into the mid-pack if he does not get bumped off.
He almost got bumped. That was kind of risky because you want to go to the side to give your teammate space to pass you, but then you're also sitting on the edge of the track, just waiting for someone to come bump you off. And Kevin tried it, but it just the lag didn't work out for him. Trick snipe beam attempt from Fatal, going right over his head. Yeah. And another blue. Kevin's going to have a Shroom in first and a trail to boot, which is really good because normally when you have a Shroom, you're kind of at risk of getting redded, but with the trail, he can, stay safe and also use it to create separation between him and whoever's behind him.
I wonder if Tony has shot, because it seems like Luxie's maybe gonna drop a star for Kevin if shot comes in here. Maybe he's gonna try to take the TS for him, is what's probably gonna happen here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's slowing down.
Shiv is waiting. Everyone's
There it is.
waiting.
Shot
Can he
comes
get
in
on
for
the path?
France.
Yeah,
He
zone
survived.
dodges. Really good stuff by Kevin there to wait, but he's going to get redded for his troubles anyway. And it looks like France is rolling them once again. I think they TS
Yeah.
crash. Got the red. It's going to be looking like a top 2.
Oh, no, the
maybe
blue
not, maybe
comes
not.
in. Maybe not. Hold
And
on a
Cal's going to
second.
combo him. Oh, this could be disastrous.
He's
He's just
off.
dead. He's just dead. So many people just died on the line.
Oh, that was, yeah, as soon as that blue, the warning came on, it was just, we knew that was going to be a disaster, right? I figured he was going to get killed to death after that blues the pack. Everyone was right behind him, and it was just like, it was like a fish. He was a fish, and the pack was just a shark coming in to get him there. He couldn't do much of that. It's unfortunate. It was looking like it was going to be another amazing race for France after zone dodged and build there, and that shock just killed all of Germany there, but. Maybe
Yeah.
not as big as it should have been. Still a top 2 nonetheless.
Still top 2, 5. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's honestly a really good shot call because we saw Fatal behind Kevin, right? And he didn't jump and call the shock immediately. He recognized that Kevin was probably going to slow down and he spaced accordingly. And then he called it to TS the next player afterwards. So that's really, really good in the moment thinking from Fatal. That's a really hard shock to call perfectly without hurting anybody on your own team. And they did it really well. Also, good PAL call, though, by Germany at the end to salvage some spots. Because I think without the POW combo, he might have just been able to get his mini turbo out and get like a top 3 spot. But instead he just got bumped off, and Germany was able to get something back out of that race.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they still played. They still were able to salvage it a little bit, despite despite it looking really grim for them. Like you said, that POW usage was really good. So there's still they are making some smart plays. They might be getting out a little, but they're still are making smart plays. Just keep them in. I mean, they're down 36 after 4. That's really not that bad. They can definitely make it back and make up that deficit in a color race, especially with their running. Yeah, especially with their running power. But kind of need to start turning around quickly because France can definitely break away in a hurry. As we see, they've played really well so far, and they've occupied the top spots while also getting a good amount of shocks and getting dodges, like Zone getting Bill last race. It was really good for him to get that.
We've seen a Bill dodge, I think, every race, right? There was one on Gorge. Yeah, I think every race. Gorge, DDR, that race, and whatever the other one was. I literally can't remember. But yeah, the difference has really just been France in the front, because I think shot count is 2-2. So yeah, usually the difference comes down to how well you use your shocks, and when you have so much front presence, it's a lot easier to secure good spots and then call a shock at the end, which is what they've been doing mostly. But here we go, DKS. I know Germany, especially Crash, really likes this track. Crash used to farm people back when he was on Ethereal on this track, and he's starting first, so we'll see if he can go back to his old winning ways.
This is really good. Yeah, he needs to stave off Fatal's red in second place, though, and he's going to throw it up, and he's going to dodge it with the Trail Nana. So you see some people on the come up here, streaming up, and it's Zone right now in first. Yeah, gonna opt to go for the single.
He doesn't have enough space, he thinks, to go for double, so he's probably gonna forfeit first, but safely, stay up here. Looks like Crash was the first person to take double, so he lives. And Pack is pretty close. Usually you expect people to get bumped off there, but it looks like nobody really had a bad start to the race, so still anyone's game.
Yeah, and right now it's Germany in 1-3 right now, with Zone really the only top spot France. Although I don't know what happened to Zone there. Kevin's
might
just
have
ahead
missed the
now.
zipper or something. I don't know, but yeah, this is really good for Germany. Again, this is the spot on the track where you really want to have control of the top spots, because backing on double is just so powerful.
I don't know if that green hit at all, but it did. I think it definitely forced some of France perhaps to go wide to avoid that green. So yeah, this just gives them. Crash is breaking it first right now. Like you said, this is his track, and he's showing why it's his track. He's just gone right now, and it's up to Kevin to keep this top spot here, as France is threatening to break up even more. His Zone has gotten into second, ups to back banana, but didn't connect.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Again?
I think there's still Nanas on double. I think Crash back Nanas last lap. Great Nana, though, from Kevin. And he has a red here for Shiv. He should throw it, like, right now, probably. And he gets him.
He gets him. Nice. Red there. And he takes double. Top 2 for Germany at the moment. can they hold on to top 2 as we go into this last tier? It's looking good. Barring a last second blue, I think he's gonna hold. Yeah, he's gonna hold top 2 for Germany. 4
Top
it
two,
looks
four
like.
also, yeah.
Great race. That's exactly what they need right there, and they played that race so well. Especially Kevin there, killing France, and especially Shiv just running him off a double lap 3. That was just the backbreaker for France that race, and Crash just ran it in first. As you said, he farmed France that race.
Yeah, I think
And
Crash hit 1 or 2 people as well. I'm not sure what happened, like at the first zipper lap 2, but he did something to get himself a big break, which is, pretty much a free run on that track because when you're in the mid pack in the slums, it's so hard to drive fast and avoid people. And being in first just makes everything so much easier. So yeah, top 2, 4. Germany's gonna shrink the gap a little bit.
down to 21. So this is close. It's pretty much right now. It's France is losing their grip and Germany's threatening to take the lead. Right now, I think it's honestly still anyone's game. These deficits can be closed just like that with the snap of a finger. As we saw there, it just took one good race from Germany to close it all the way down to 21, and now they have a little bit of momentum on their side, so they can kind of be selective with their track picks and opt for the running ones, just like they're gonna go for the TF.
Yeah, for those uninitiated, the track pick strategy in this game is there are some tracks where starting in top spots is really powerful because it's a lot easier to hold the top spots and hit the people behind you and break away due to a lack of shortcuts. So when your team is in top spots, you want to pick your tracks like Toad's Factory, Maple Treeway, Bowser's Castle, and then when you're in the back, you want to pick reset tracks where it's really easy to catch up with mushrooms at the start. And that's usually why these teams pick the tracks that they do. This track is really good because you can get the first 2 boxes in top 2, and your player in 4th usually tries to draft the guy in 1st and break away from that. So let's see how well they execute here.
Yeah, it's really all about style. The first 10 seconds of this race are huge, and honestly, sometimes even determine the outcome on TF is what happens in these first 10 to 15 seconds. As Crash is gonna get France out of there with a fib, nice fib slide. Kevin pulls a shroom. We see Raz up here as well. Right now it is 2-3-4 with Zone barely in first, but Kevin should be able to take over first pretty soon with these 2 shrooms. But he's got to play it safe and to be wary of this backer in his zone. He's gonna bag a tie, but Kevin opts to go wide, which is a smart play there. Just gonna take cut, so we'll zone. And he
Zone
fails
in
it?
first. Oh no, that's a huge flub because Germany was 2-3-4. Zone was the only person holding them back from just running this race, and now Kevin is pretty much set for the rest of the race. Oh no, an early shock though. That has to be a France shock. There's no way Germany would have called that. So maybe we can bring this
Absolutely.
back.
Yeah, absolutely a France shock. We're kind of in a little bit of panic situation. Shiv up into first after dodging Kevin's red, but it's probably not gonna. It was at least for a moment very good for Germany until that very early shock that Tony pulled. Maybe potentially just save France's race there if Shiv can hold on to first.
Yeah, they absolutely needed that one there. I wonder if Shiv dodged in Bill, because normally you don't see the baggers go for boxes that early unless Bill's already in play. Or maybe they were just like, hey, we really need shock, just go for the gamble in 9th. And it worked out. Yeah, another Bill. We've seen so many Bills this war. It's getting ridiculous.
Everyone's pulling Bill in 8th. Man, it's crazy. Another shot comes in.
Doesn't TS anyone. I wonder if that's what they were going for, but either way, I don't really know what that accomplished.
Me neither. I don't know. Nothing really seemed to happen. Zone is holding
what in the world?
The track. Just drive off the track of blue. I guess. I mean,
Zone's having trouble staying on the track this race.
She's still in first.
Going for some swims.
2-3 looking like it's gonna be for Germany. Maybe 4. I'm not really sure. Just gonna throw the
Kevin's trying to snipe his teammate. What? I just some confusing things that race, but it looks like Germany gets 2-3-4-5. I think.
Yeah, definitely a winning race for Germany. I think you're right. 2-3-4-5.
I'm really confused by second shock and Zone's POV, but I'm not going to question
it. Probably best just to leave that stone unturned there. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna give Zone the benefit of the doubt and say his controller failed and just.
Yeah, maybe he meant to release his drift and he just clamped up. I don't know. That happens sometimes. Yeah, it just looked really weird there.
It does, yeah. And Germany just continues to close the gap. Only down 10 now. It really is anyone's game, and they're making a statement this GP2. They have absolutely dominated. For GP1, it was France in control. Now this GP, it's Germany in control. So tables have officially turned, and that's how fast it happens in especially these types of matches with both teams playing their hearts out and playing every race like it's their last, you know?
Yeah, with that said, that race could have been a lot worse for France, given that Germany was top 3 going into lap 2 with a Schumann first. But yeah, France still with a slight lead. But it feels like they're slipping, you know, they're not taking every inch.
Yeah, it's the momentum right now is on Germany's side. It is. Despite France having the lead, Germany's definitely feeling themselves. They're confident. They're like, okay, we can definitely do this. Like we're now playing like we know we should. They're in the top spots with a little bit of a help from France failing a little bit that last race, but still, nonetheless, they're in the top spots. They're dominating. They're getting bills along with France. Both teams are getting bills, but Germany is just in the top spots dominating them this GP. And on BC3, if they can kill first, they could either go for Ultra or opt to block cut. I assume someone will definitely try to block cut, but it might see a lot of Ultra takers as well, as a lot of people are consistent with Ultra in this room.
Yeah, another track where lap 1 is really, really important, especially at deciding, you know, who gets first. So hitting people at the beginning is really important. That's exactly what they're doing. And if you hit enough people, then you might just get a free chance to take Ultra or Shroomless or something. We'll see if Kevin can get away with it. And weird lineup. He tricks for some reason and just hits it anyway. I don't know if he practices it like that or if that was just, you know, improvised, but works out really well for Germany. It looks like Crash had a golden 2, going for the niche back red. Doesn't hit, but yeah, really strong start for Germany.
Top 2 already for Germany after Kevin does make the trickle. We'll call it
that
there.
was some acrobatics. I don't even know.
I mean, whatever works, I guess. You know what I'm saying. So, so far it's a top 2 looking like a 4, top 2 4 for them with Zone holding this mega in 6. Knight with these triple reds gonna try to get Raz, and he will end up redding Raz here. So, Knight and Team France are just trying to make their way in top spots. Imagine someone might try to unblock cut, and maybe someone has shrooms they could take it. It does look to be double block though right now, and the POW is gonna shake things up, but Shock comes in, Zone dodges in Mega, I assume France Shock right there, and he's gonna get into second here, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff from Germany there. They double block cut, which gives the other team the opportunity to take Ultra, but then they had POW as well, which also was a big hindrance. Although Zone with the Mega is kind of breaking the plane here. Gonna be really tough for him to get first this race, because he doesn't have enough space to really go for Ultra, but maybe if he just keeps the greens, he might be able to go for it and have a chance to get first. We'll see if he tries to risk it all here.
Yeah, hits the Nana. That is not good for Zone. That's just gonna, yeah. Oh, he does pull a Shroom though, but I don't know if France is anywhere close and can unblock
Wait,
the
he's
cut.
off in first. What happened?
Oh, he's off! He failed to...
Cut has like 20 items on it.
Yeah, no, I don't know if anyone's taking cut there. Ultra's going to have to be the way to go. POW does come in to prevent any potential Ultra or cut takers if it did get unblocked. Someone does make the Ultra, it looks like, but we can't really tell. His Zone now is in control in first. Does have breakaway Shock.
It's a scramble. I want to see the mid spots right now, because Zone is pretty much the only person whose spot is guaranteed. 2, 3, 4 for Germany. Somebody is coming up. I think they just dodged. Shroom is really good here, but the POW, he's going to have to use it early. And it's going to be 1-4 for France.
Yeah, so maybe an evenish race there. It could have been still good for Germany though if Crash didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if he low tricked off, or maybe there was like an item drop from the POW that he hit off or something. I don't even know. I mean, you can fail low tricks there and go too low and fall off every once in a while. I've definitely done that in Mogi and stuff, but.
Yeah, that's just not what you want for Germany there when you're trying to come back and you have all the momentum and it's shaping up to be a good race. It's just stuff like that. It's just our backbreakers. And instead of it being a potential top 3, it's a 2, 3, 5, 7. So it is still a winning race for Germany, but it could have been so much better if Crash didn't fail in first there. It's just France got bailed out just a little bit there thanks to Crash. But stuff happens. It really does. It happens to everyone, even D1 players. But it's how you bounce back from it. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get you down and call. You gotta get right back up and keep fighting, because you're right here. It's only a 7-point deficit now. You're right here right now. It's gotta move on.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like this game is hard. Like at the end of the day, the game is hard, and it's way harder when you're playing, you know, in the World Cup with hundreds of people watching, and you're getting flamed for every little mistake. It's very easy to let the pressure kind of take you out of your element.
Yeah, it gets to everyone, and we'll see if they do. It looks like everyone is opting to go for Sherbet Land, so that is what is going to be played on Race 8 here, is Sherbet Land, and this is probably going to be a few people sitting, more so maybe a team, a little bit of France and Germany. Someone's definitely going to go for Aether. Might see a contest of Aether between both teams here, and Zone just trying to keep first here, even though first does not have as optimal of a starting line as like spots 2 and 3 do, but looking like he does hold on to first here, so good work from Zone. Now if he can hold off Germany with this nanny key first, he's going to be in a good spot here.
Yeah, chances are it's not going to last. You almost always see people goldening up at the start. This is one of those reset tracks like I was talking about before, which is kind of weird that France picked this starting in 1-4. But let's see. Knight shrooms up. It looks like he maybe got a bump on Crash. No, Crash is still here duking it out. This is going to be a pretty important 1v1, I think. And Crash does hit him.
Yeah, he was ahead the whole time on his screen, and with that lag, all you can do in that stage is just concede and try not to get bananas, but Kevin's going to golden up here. It's a top 2 for Germany right now. Kevin's big chilling in first right now. Looks like Lucky, my Luxy is in 10th right now by quite a bit, so hopefully he can pull shock and really help out Team Germany here, as that would be huge, as they are occupying a lot of top spots, which tells me that France could have a dodge or two at the moment, but we'll see what happens. I think the only way Germany loses their top spots is with blue at the moment here. We'll see if they can pull blue.
Yeah, Kevin and Crash are people that you would definitely expect to just hold down this top 2. Shock is going to make this race really easy for Germany if they do end up pulling it. They can just kind of hold to the end and secure 1 or 2 dodges in the back, and then just use it to, scrape up as many spots at the end as they can. Meanwhile, France kind of just has to cycle items until they get something that's, playable. Like they need blues and megas, triple shrooms, goldens, anything to kind of either mess up the top spots or counterplay shock at the end. And it doesn't look like they're really getting anything going right now. This top 2 has a lot of space, and with no shock being used yet, it's pretty clear that I think Germany is just holding on to it right now. So we should see a big race.
Bomb coming in, and it will not hit Raz. Zone is going to shroom up here. Maybe Germany is holding on to blue, potentially, that could be one option as why we haven't seen blue for France, or they're just, not pulling it, which is also a real possibility. Zone does pull up Mega here, and we'll see if maybe somehow they have Rich. Nah, they don't.
Yeah, that's going to be really good damage control. It looks like Nico might just be gone 8th. I wonder if he was, holding blue. Yeah, there is a blue. That makes a lot of sense. That's really unfortunate, actually, for Germany, because if he just has the whole race to chain for a star, then he just gets a free dodge at the end. But if you're stuck with blue, then you kind of are, hopeless in the back.
I figured they were holding blue just because no one was throwing it, pulling it. It's oftentimes a pretty good guess. It's being held if you don't see one the whole race. But nonetheless, he still did his job that race, even though he didn't get the spot he wanted to. Holding blue is so important for your team when you're top 2. It may be a top 2, bottom 2, but still, you would rather have that rather than potentially France getting a good race. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do in team. It's a team event for a reason. So he did his part there, and he did a really good job of it. Is now the deficit is down to 4 after 8 races. It is neck and neck, everyone. Sit tight, don't go anywhere, because this match is here for the taking.
Yeah, absolutely anyone's game. We saw Germany clawed back that GP after a tough start. And really it seemed like France just kind of didn't play as well those last 4 races as they did at the start. We definitely saw some errors being made here and there, some questionable decisions, and driving-wise wasn't as good from, what we could see. They just got to regain and get back to what they were doing GP1, and hopefully luck is on their side.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the play of it. I think it might honestly come down to shocks. Who can get the shocks at the most opportune times, or maybe who can even get more shocks, or who can use them to their full advantage, to the best of their abilities, to be honest. Because, I mean, it just seems like at least the runners, I mean, they don't really, no one seems to be breaking away too much. We do see some tracks where Germany was breaking away, but France can definitely get really good races, especially if Tony does pull shocks. And they are back there getting either bills or dodges. So I think it might come down just to whoever can use shocks best. Just my 2 cents about what can happen.
Yeah, we got Bladderwald coming in. Shout out the German language. I wonder what that translates to. Is it just like maple tree? I don't even know. That's a good
Have
one
to
there.
break out the Google Translate potentially if y'all are curious to see what indeed it does translate to. But I imagine Kevin will hop in a cut at as we expected. Should get the Aether, yeah, he will, and is gonna pull a golden, really good item. He can either opt to hold this for the golden start at the end, or he can golden up early on. Never mind, he gets mega by zone, and that was a great slagging by him. He's gonna have to try again an Aether for something else.
Yeah, and Crash lost first somehow, which means that there's a good chance that France is in first, maybe even top 2. That bomb, I think, was just a little bit too far forward, but I think France is doing really well right now, if I had to guess. Despite not starting in first, which is usually a really powerful spot on this track.
Yeah, you're right about that. They're all up there. It looks like Germany is bottom 3 right now, so top 2 for 6 or top 6. That TC pull is going to be really bad for zone. He's most likely not going to make it to cannon, and there's no one to pass it to, so he's just going to have to wait and get a box here. But still, France doing pretty well. Germany in mostly mid spots right now. But on Maple, mid spots is not where you want to be. You want to be up at the top, as this is a running track, and it's really hard to catch up unless your team does get shocked. So Germany needs to hope that Luxy can get shocked if no one has it already. Haven't been really keeping track of the bagging battle so far this race, so I'm not sure if anyone has right now or not. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, mid-pack on Maple is it's one of the harder tracks definitely to catch up on from the mid-pack, and you kind of, I don't know, it's really important to play around shock here, especially around this cannon part, because usually if the top spots are gone, then you're not going to be dodging the top spots, so let's see what they do. I think they dodged top 2, okay. They're just trying to consolidate a good race, and that's a really good shock with zone pulling that Mega at the last second. Gonna move into top 3. Crash did dodge on the other team, it looks like, because that shock was pretty predictable, but still, gonna lock down definitely a winning race at the very least. Let's see if they can make it into a top 3.
Absolutely.
Crash is shooing away. If Zone gets a good pull here, he could maybe even just beat them straight up.
He could definitely beat Crash and Raz if he gets, although that single Raz not going to get 2 of them. He's not, well, okay, Raz did have a shroom. He hits a Nana. Oh, he hits another Nana.
Wait,
it is top.
Crash is off the bridge.
It's top 3 now for France. You said something needed to happen there. Well, something big did just happen, and it is going to be a top 3 for France there. Man, that was a lot of stuff happened there on the bridge, but yeah, Germany choked there. They at least weren't going to make it a top 3. They had Raz and Crash up there, but yeah, they just fumbled there. Raz hit a couple of Nanas despite having a shroom. Crash was just off, and it's a big race for France, and they have grabbed the momentum, and they have just extended their lead by quite a bit, depending on what their 4th runner got there. I have to see. Top 3, 8. So that's a really, really good race for France. Looks like a plus 17-ish race, something like that. So they're going to have a somewhat of a sizable lead now. They're up, not really, but they're still up 23 after 9. But that's exactly the race that France did. After Germany had a great GP2, for France to get that race, GP3 is just astronomically huge for them there.
Yeah, France showing good resilience right now. I don't really know what happened on lap 1. That was kind of the point where France took control. I don't know if Crash got like fib redded or if he messed up his driving in first. But yeah, top spots plus shock. France did their job. And 23 points is kind of a lot when you're talking only 3 races left. Maybe over the course of a war that's a really easy deficit to overcome. But yeah, Germany's got to go big here.
Yeah, they need big races now. They can't wait around any longer. That top 3 was really bad for Germany, and if they don't get a good race here, or France gets another winning race, you could be looking at the beginning of the end for Germany. But GV is a good track to bring it back, as it is one of the common reset tracks that teams do like to pick when they are in boss fights. They can just get shrooms and take rock and all that stuff. But right now, Kevin kind of in no man's land right now. I don't know how good of an item he's going to get in 4th place here. Triple reds, that's pretty good, but you're trying to get shrooms here to take it. Oh, that bomb is deadly there. Kevin, he's
Yeah.
back in 8th there now.
The goal on GV is pretty much always to get triple shrooms in as good of a spot as you can on lap 1. And if that doesn't work out, then you have to use your brain a little bit. But let's see. It looks like a lot of players on Germany actually going around in the back. It's surprising. That's 3 people not even going for Brock. So France looks like they still have decent frontal presence. Nico's up there somewhere. Knight's kind of gone. Nico's in 2nd, which is all Germany really has to show right now.
Yeah.
It feels like they didn't really capitalize on, Rock Lap 1 for some reason. I'm not sure what was going on, but yeah, France looking hot.
Yeah, that was
I don't
weird. I
know.
don't know if they just didn't get shrooms for some reason or what, but it was uncharacteristic to see barely any rock takers. Zone does get redded out here, but
Yeah,
he's
this
gonna
lap is a different story. They had pretty much the whole team go for it. Nobody failed. Germany's, bringing this one back, one shortcut at a time. I think Knight's just gone in 1st, though. I would assume that's still him, unless maybe Nico had a shroom in 2nd still, and he took it without me noticing. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I'm just gonna assume that that's Knight in 1st right now, but we'll see. We'll see what it's looking like at the end. I'm not sure what Shock's status is like. One of the baggers hanging out at kind of the base of rock. Okay, there it is. Two of Germany
Double
dodges
dodge
Shock.
and the TS on cut too. Gonna be a
Yeah,
good
that was
race
a
for
waste of Shock.
Germany, yeah. I think if France get 1st, then they're gonna, they're still gonna be ahead. But it looks like Knight's getting passed. That was actually, I think, a huge race for Germany. That Shock might have screwed over all of Team France. Is that a bottom 3?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I'm 99% sure that was a bottom 3 for France. For France there.
Yeah, wow. And we said they needed to go big. There it is. It took him a while to kind of, take that race back. It looked like after lap 1 that there was a chance that France was going to kind of break away, but I don't know. They just all cut up lap 2 and then used a really, really solid Shock lap 3. Because
Yeah,
the players that didn't catch up, they were holding dodges, and the people who did catch up either dodged and cut or were just far enough ahead. Top 2, 4, 5. Man, it's tied. 3 races
and we're
left.
just like that. We are officially tied up. That was a plus 23 race there.
Yeah, 2 races left. Jeez.
Yeah, I was a little confused as well when I didn't see them all taking, at least a lot of them taking Rock Lap 1, but they knew what they were doing, I guess. They made it their way back up into the back lap 2, and then that Shock Lap 3 was just the nail in the coffin for France that race. There was nothing they could do after that shock. 2 of Germany dodged. We did see a couple of France getting TS'd, I believe, and then the bomb from Kevin just sealed the deal there. Like, they played that so well, and Luxy came up huge. That's what I was saying before the GP. Who can get the shocks in the most opportune times? Who can use them to their full advantage? Well, we saw right there, Germany got the shock when it mattered the most and used it to the best of their ability and to advantage, and that's why they got top 2, 4, 5 that race.
Yeah,
And that's
they honestly, they did low-key get bailed out by Shock there. That race could have been very, very different
yeah,
if it was
absolutely.
Shockless or if the other team pulled, especially with them being bottom 2. But yeah, neck and neck, 2 races. You do not want to go down 0-1 in the Swiss stage.
Yeah, remember, it's if you lose 3, you're out. If you win 3, you can move on. So winning the first match absolutely is huge. Like it really does. It sets the stage. You don't feel as pressured to win your next match, or yeah, your next matches. Absolutely. And right now we see a golden 5th for Kevin. My lord, that is massive, and he should be able to get up into the top spots after lap 2. Looks like it kind of mixed spots right now. We see a 3-4 for France and Crash up there. I'm assuming Germany is in 1st right now. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but
I haven't been able to see, but either way, we're about to see because Kevin's gonna be goldening all the way up to the front, maybe trying to bump off France along the way, and it's a top 3 for now. Crash goes around cut, so he's gonna be the one doing the schlagging right now, for the most part.
yeah, and we'll see who can get shot. Right now, the bagging battle is pretty much even. Oh, was there a blue?
Yeah, there was a
that
blue.
happened? Okay.
Nico just got blued out. Bagging battle is locked in super tight right now. Next couple boxes that they get are going to be really important. As another blue for France.
France is getting all the blues race, and Kevin gets comboed by
reds
Knight,
to
so
boot.
they're back in this. They're back in this now. I don't know what happened to Shiv there.
Crash gets hit too. France is top 2. Those Knights put in work, and all of a sudden, or did I say Knights? I think I just read Knight's name. Oh my god.
France is
Uh,
really. You're right. They have put in the
yeah.
work, and those blues have been
The
massive.
blues and
And
the reds, yeah, they're top three all of a sudden. This race
oh my
flipped on its head.
lord. Yeah, no kidding. And
And again, it's a situation where if Germany has shock, they can still get a big race out of this. But if France has it, they're just gonna hold down this top three.
right now,
No
Kevin's
questions
holding
asked.
Pau in fifth. Pau's gonna come in right here, and he's gonna get France after box. Another blue for Germany there. 3 blues this race, and so far we don't see shock coming. It looks like shock's gonna be a non-factor this race, but blues were absolutely a factor into who won this race. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it was the blue and the red combos at the end of lap 2 that got France that huge advantage going into lap 3. And yeah, I guess France just held shock, or maybe nobody pulled. I didn't see if there was a shock used afterwards, but yeah, Germany kind of needed it there. That was kind of the same situation they had on GV, where they didn't really have any top spots. You know, maybe they had decent items in the back, but without shock, they couldn't bring it back. So France is gonna be up going into the last race by a decent amount too. They got 5-6, as long
They're up
along with the top two.
13. They're up by 13 with 1 left. So it all comes down to this: can Germany clutch it out, get a big race, and win the match, or is France gonna hold on and win their first match and go up 1-0? It's gonna be a fight to the death here this last race, and I'm very excited to see what happens here. What track picks would you go with, Torp, for if you were France and Germany?
France probably looking for something like Moonview Highway is a pick a lot of people go for here. Maybe Bowser's Castle, tracks where you can usually trust your top spots to keep it locked in. And then Germany's in a much tougher spot, right? Because first of all, they're playing from the back, and they're also playing for a big enough race to at least tie, if not win. So usually you'd want to pick a track where shock is pretty important, just to create a big potential gain if you do pull it. But they go Koopa Cape. I guess we'll see how this works out for them. This track is usually a pretty balanced mix between running and bagging, so they have they have some work to do.
Yeah,
Lap 1 again
absolutely.
is going to be really important.
Germany does have their work cut out for them. I think a lot of it is what can Kevin and Nikos do. Sorry, Nikos does score
Two
TC.
amazing items, to be honest.
Oh.
TC and triple shrooms in 3-4 in those spots are actually really good, because the TC guy slows down the top two trying to pass it to them, if not just passing it straight up, and then we just see Kevin trying to break away now with a shroom first. Only problem is he could get redded in the pipe. This is one of the spots where even if you have a decent lead, you could get redded just because there's no walls, so he's going to have to hold on to his life and maybe even just use a shroom at the end of the lap. We'll see.
I'm hoping Luxy could drop a star for him. No. Oh, he gets fibbed on a first.
Snipe.
Oh, doesn't get the star up.
There was a star drop. I don't know if anyone got it. Maybe Shiv got it on his screen, which is why he's first now. I'm not even sure.
I think Shiv got the star, if I'm not mistaken, because we did see a star drop coming out for France. So I'm going to assume Shiv got the star drop. And because of that, he is in first now by a little bit. It's top 2 for France. Man, that fib was so huge from France on Kevin, because instead of Kevin being with a break, Kevin gone with a break in first, he's now in second. And when you have the lead with your France, you don't need a big race. You just need damage control. Like, honestly, if you can just keep first and one more atop
Oh my god!
Snipe.
No way!
Oh,
Dude, Zone clutches up with the fib on lap 1, and Kevin hits just a monster fib snipe. And now he's stopping to wait out a blue. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Kevin is clutching. He wants this win, dude. He wants this win so bad.
He does indeed. He wants. Oh, Shiv has a fib. Will we see another
That
fib
was
snipe?
crazy.
That was insane. Yeah,
No,
Kevin.
This is a slobber knocker right now.
Oh, that fib
Kevin
doesn't
gets redded
connect.
out.
Fib,
triple reds. That's just a losing battle every time. Pack is really split right now. That's a
Germany
big shock.
Germany
Raz
shock.
dodges in a mega. Kevin pulls a mega after.
Oh, but Crash does get hit, but so does on. Oh, Shiv might get redded here with a
yeah. Oh my god. Wait, Germany's probably just guaranteed top 2 at this point.
Oh
no, there's
not
a blue
so fast.
as soon as I say that.
Not so fast.
But Nika Golden's into first. They need plus 13.
Oh,
top
this
2
could
5
be
6. Top 2 5 6 like ties it, I think. So we'll see what they can get in the back.
Can Germany do it?
Triple greens is exactly what you want to have here if you're Kevin. You just get to spray everybody behind you.
Raz is back there a little bit, but if Crash is up there,
they might be top 3. I don't
Start
even
drop
know.
from Tony, it looks like. They should be getting top 2 here. Maybe
Yeah,
top
it's
3?
top
I'm not
2.
sure exactly.
It
Okay,
all comes
nice.
down to the other spots. I think Crash is
Crash is up here.
4th. Zone takes 4th. Is it
Top 2
5-6?
5. Top 2 5
Did
6.
they get
Yeah.
5-6? Did they tie?
I
Wait,
think
wait.
they
It
got
depends
top
on the
2
bagger
5
point. It depends on
6.
the bagger point. If they get 9th, I don't know if they need 9th or 10th. They either tie, win, or lose. I don't know. I
Oh,
don't know what the points are, but
was
oh my god, it's gonna
that
come
was a
down to the bagger
crazy
point.
race. Okay, can we just take a second to talk about those fib snipes though from both
Yeah, that was
teams?
nuts.
That was
It
crazy.
looks like LXD is gonna get the or Tony's gonna get the bagger point. I think. I think he's 9th. Yeah,
He
he
does get the
does.
bagger
Okay,
points.
so France either won or tied. They either won by
We'll
2 or they
see in a
tied. I don't
second.
know. I don't know if that's a plus 13 or plus 11.
It shows a
That's
tie on
crazy
our
that they got
table.
top 2 5-6 right after the first one.
Do we have a tiebreaker for World Cup? Do you
Are
know
you
by chance?
for
We do a
real? Are you for real,
tiebreaker.
dude? No way.
What
No way.
what an ending, man! Oh my lord! So it's
So
we have a tie after all of
that's
that.
crazy. Wait, so what
Oh my!
happens in Swiss format when there's a tie? Do they play a tiebreaker GP?
I think they
Or how
they
does
kind of
what's the
have to, right? You can't end in a tie, can you?
surely
I
somebody on staff knows what the ruling is. They
yeah. Can someone
close
help
the
us out? Well,
room.
Ford says Luxy has
Maybe our
3
bagger
back.
points are wrong. Bagger
According
points
to
might be
Ford, bagger
wrong. That's
points
one
are wrong.
thing.
Yeah, he says bagger points are wrong, so it did not. I don't think it ended in a tie. I
So does Germany
think
win then?
it says Yeah, I think Germany won barely.
Oh,
Let me see.
wow.
Yeah, we'll find out in a second. We're just trying to finish short of bagger points, trying to fix those. But what a race! I mean, that you cannot have asked for a more entertaining last race. And
Dude, that
Germany
was
clutched it up.
crazy.
Man,
Dude, that Kevin fib in that scenario is nuts. And after the zone fib lap 1, which was also really good. Jesus.
oh my lord! That was so fun to watch. He got absolutely bopped, bro, on the head.
So
Like that is definitely in
yeah.
the compilation.
So
Yeah, there.
it looks like the table bot got the bagger points wrong, and Germany is actually gonna win by 2, which some people are gonna be so happy about that, and some people are gonna be really sad about that because the table bot does mess it up sometimes.
Mhm.
And it looks like Germany actually just barely squeaked it out.
So they do make the comeback. They clutch it out on the last race.
Yeah.
France unable to hold on. That is heartbreaking if you're France. There, you probably you earn the call. You think you have it in the bag, and then after you niche Kevin Kevin there after you niche, or was it Crash or Kevin? I can't remember who Shiv sniped with the
I think it
fib
was
lap
Kevin.
one.
Kevin got fibbed, and then yeah, they just dodged with a Mega in 4th. Absolutely clutch shock from Luxi in the end.
Yep. And then the
Wow.
clutch fib
So
snipe.
yeah,
It's just crazy.
people are going over the bagger points. It looks like because of that one missing bagger point for Germany, Germany's gonna win the match by 2 and take an absolute nail biter over France in the first round of the Swiss stage. That was one for
Wow.
the ages, man. That last race was just the icing on the cake.
I really hope you enjoy that stream. I hope like you very that was definitely one one
If you
crazy
didn't enjoy
ending.
that match, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna take.
You don't got a pulse, man. If you didn't enjoy, if you did not
People
enjoy
are
that.
wait. People are saying it's a tie again. Now I don't know what's
Oh,
going on. We're gonna, I guess, just wait it out. We changed the score back.
yeah,
Bagger
hold
points
on.
are a doozy
Bacon.
sometimes.
Hold the bacon real fast. We gotta sort this. We gotta sort this out first. Don't go anywhere. I'm not
Yeah,
sure. I'm
everybody,
not.
everybody hold. Don't leave yet.
I'm not even sure who
Also,
won. Like, I don't.
can we get a staff to confirm what the ruling is for a tie? Because I don't think that really works in Swiss format. Because I actually don't know.
Jesse said it's a tie. Is what so far it's a tie. So yeah, there has to be some sort of tiebreaker, right? I mean, there's no way
Yeah,
they can end
because
on
you're
a
supposed
tie.
to play teams with the same record as you, right? Which means you kind of have to either win or lose. Otherwise, you just play the same team again.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
people are
for
just
sure.
making up scores. That can't be right.
Mm. Hold on, a lot of misinformation.
you can't-
It seems. Chat. False info.
Ties definitely do not work with this format. So
Yeah. So we
I think-
might be playing more MKWC before it's all said and
that
done.
would be something.
It really would. I want some more input. I don't know about you. I want to see some more. I
I
want
want
to
to
see some
see
more
more.
races like that.
I want to see who. Yeah, I want to see who takes it now. After the dust has settled, who has that little bit of gas left in the tank?
Yeah. After that exhilarating last race, I'm sure both calls are just going crazy right now. One's super happy, one's just super mad right now that they choked that lead. One's like Germany. If you're Germany, you're ecstatic right now. You came back. Kevin absolutely popped off there. Like he's like they're definitely probably praising him and call, but you might have to play some more. It's looking like you're probably gonna have to play some more MKWC. So it's looking like a tiebreaker GP is what we can't confirm that, but they're saying a tiebreaker GP potentially.
Kevin
So do
turned
not
his
go anywhere.
stream off, so that's kind of not ideal.
No.
I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait it out and see. I assume that if that's the rule, then they gotta play it.
They have to, yeah. Tiebreaker GP.
Otherwise, they forfeit the match.
No
So,
team's gonna forfeit. I don't think any team wants to forfeit a match
yeah,
after.
we
special
don't really want to play the tiebreaker.
No shot, no shot. But I mean, yeah, I mean, what's the game plan though for both teams now? If you do have to play a tiebreaker, then kind of what's your mentality, or what game plan do you do for a tiebreaker GP after what just happened? Like taking kind of their mental state, maybe their mentalities into the call. Like what would you do in this instance here?
Yeah, they just have to, I mean, they're gonna have plenty of time to reset and calm down and lock back in after that. Surely, what must have been a really hectic race 12 for both teams. But yeah, you're basically just playing a 1 GP war. And you also have to play. I assume there's no repicks in the tiebreaker GP, so you're gonna have to play tracks that maybe you usually wouldn't play as often. So they're gonna be forced maybe a little bit out of their typical routine.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You definitely have to kind of rework, plan a little bit, kind of regroup, reset here for sure. And just lay out a new plan, in my opinion, for the tiebreaker, because now it's no holds barred. You're both teams are gonna be going crazy on the racetracks here, but I think it's still, in the end, I still think it'll come down to shocks. We did see shock be a big factor in a lot of the races, especially the last race, GP3. So in my opinion, it's still going to be shock is going to be the biggest factor of who gets the shocks, who uses them the best. In my opinion, that's just what I'm going to say. And Luxy came up huge GP3. Like, he did amazing. This is why he's in high div, and he's been in high div for a while. Comes up big when they needed him the most. And they're going to need to rely on him for this tiebreaker GP. Absolutely.
Yeah, I wonder, do you think Germany would sub here in this situation?
Yeah, can they sub in Paul or Lucid maybe? Maybe one of them's available? I would think you have to if you're Germany.
That might be a good call. I don't think they expected France to, give them this much trouble. They might have been taking them
Yeah.
lately.
That could very well be.
Okay, we're getting word from Zesty, who is on staff, that the situation is a tiebreaker GP is supposed to happen as per the rules, but Crash is AFK and might not be back. So Germany need to get a lineup for this GP. I don't know if there's like a certain amount of time that they're allowed to delay before playing, but
It probably had maybe a 10 minutes or so ish. I mean, if they don't have 5, I assume they just forfeit and France wins it. If they don't have 5 and can't play the tiebreaker GP.
yeah, and that would be probably the worst possible ending.
Oh yeah, you can't go out. You can't go out like that. You just can't. Yeah, this has to be played. Has to be played. Absolutely. But
Yeah, I guess we'll see
happens.
what they decide to do. I mean, I don't know how long this is going to take. It might just be worth, sitting around waiting for them to figure it out, and then we'll pop back in later with an update. How does that sound?
Yeah, we can go on a break here, regroup when we figure
All
out what's
right.
going on for sure.
Everybody sit tight, grab a snack for the tiebreaker GP, tell your friends that it's going down most likely, and yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll have GP4, France and Germany, coming your way in just a few minutes.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here's the table from everything that you just watched. As you can see, yeah, it was a tie. Bagger points were wrong, but they were wrong twice, so it ended up being a tie anyway. We're going to have a tiebreaker GP, but there's some news there's some news to break. Vinny, do you want to break the news?
Yeah, so Crash went AFK after the match, so he got subbed out in favor of Karalte, I was told. So he's going to be subbing Crash, and that's good. And France, same lineup, I believe, and that's what we're going to be working with as we go into the Tiebreaker GP. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't Lucid or Paul, but maybe both of them are just gone today and aren't available. But I feel like either one of them would have been really good for Germany, but we'll see what Karalte can do. I haven't seen him play much lately. I don't know if he's been playing kind of Mogies or kind of behind the scenes a little bit. I could be wrong, of course, but it's just unfortunate they couldn't bring in either Lucid or Paul. What do you have to say about that, Tor, about Germany's move here?
Yeah, he's got big shoes to fill. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Crash is, he's got accolades on accolades if you look at his career and the things that he's won and stuff. So, well, he might not be in prime form right now. He's definitely a guy that you would want to have on your team in this situation, and having him just disappear is kind of an L for them. But you never know. You never know. Also, there are players who have GSC in like 20 minutes or so, and they're gonna have to delay that also because of this, because nobody expected it to go this long. And yeah, that's what it takes. They're slowly trickling into the room now. We're gonna get it going. They switched to Kevin hosting. Obviously, that was a bit of a delay because Crash disappeared, so they had to get a new host and whatnot. But yeah, it all comes down to this. It's 1GP, no repicks, like we were saying. So they're gonna have to dig deep into the track pool and pull out some unconventional picks. Yeah.
You have to really get creative with this. It'll be interesting to see what they opt to go for. Like, only so many tracks you can pick. I mean, besides a lot of the luck tracks, which almost never get picked in wars. You know which ones I'm talking about, probably. But yeah, definitely will be interesting to see what picks will be coming out for both these two teams. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if anyone expected to go to a tiebreaker for World's GP, but it's MKWC. Anything can happen. And like we saw, Germany clutched it up on the last race. That amazing snipe from Kevin there. After he got niche lap 1, he returned the favor onto Shiv there. And Luxie came up clutch and got the shock for Germany. And it was just all systems go for Germany.
Yeah, that race was one of the craziest ones I've seen in a while. As soon as we went to break, we were just talking about how crazy what we just watched was. And
yeah.
and we're gonna get 4 more races of the same action, with everything on the line.
Everything, all his is for all the marbles. 4 races. It's just both these teams have seen them like throw the kitchen sink at each other. They kind of know their play styles probably a little bit. They've probably got each other figured out here, as it's just deadlocked. I mean, we figured it would come down to the last race probably. Maybe not as I mean, Torp, you predicted them win by 44.
I thought they were going to
predicted
be comfortable with it, but
Yeah.
yeah, this is anything but comfortable.
This just doesn't get any better than this. It really does not. In the beginning of the World Cup, I mean, the first 2 matches of the Swiss stage were blowouts. Like we're talking England and Italy. That was a plus 100 difference. USA South and Norway. That was a over 100+ difference. But this is as even as it gets. And this is when you
the juicy part of the tournament where you got the middle seeds who are pretty evenly matched duking it out. And yeah, that is exactly what you could hope for from a match like this. Dude, imagine subbing into this match right now after everything that just went down. You just gotta show up and just play normally. Like what?
You gotta play her hard. You gotta play her out. If you're Karalte, I imagine the nerves are gotta be going. I've gotta be going for him at least a little bit, as he's coming into being thrown into the fire here. He's gonna be, like you said, he's being expected to perform. I mean, hopefully he has nerves of steel and it just doesn't really phase him. But I imagine it'll phase him maybe slightly. But we'll see how he does. I mean, I was talking to Torp, I think, while we were on break. I haven't really seen him play that much lately. I don't know if he's been playing behind the scenes or not. If he's been maybe TTing, as there he is joining room right now. Well, it'll be, yeah, he's kind of a wild card in that sense. Like, what is he going to do really well? Is he going to do bad? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I do worry a little bit for Germany though right now, because we were talking about how they already weren't using 2 people from their main lineup, and now the only person left is Kevin from their main lineup. So we'll see if that becomes a liability for them, or if these subs are going to clutch up, in the heat of battle.
Yeah,
GP4.
super
Has there ever
subpar all
been a
day.
GP4 in a Mario Kart Wii World Cup? I can't remember seeing a tie in
Me
the
neither.
past.
Me neither. I don't know if it happened the last. I mean, the last World Cup was a while ago.
It's a
It was
couple
a
of
few years
years,
ago.
yeah.
So I don't remember much of anything. I'm gonna be completely honest from that last World Cup, so I could not tell you if there was a tie or not. So we didn't really know what to expect after we found that it ended in a tie. We didn't know if it was gonna be a tiebreaker GP, if it was gonna be like a race, like a one race sudden death kind of thing. We just didn't really know. We did figure though that it could not end in a tie based on how the format is, how the Swiss stage, it just couldn't end in a tie. You have to decide a winner some way somehow. There has to be a winner in this match, and we're glad it's a GP because this just means more MKW, more entertainment for you guys and for us.
Yeah, and this is a great form of entertainment. It's just gonna be quick 4 races to decide it all. All these races are gonna be so important. You know, every moment is gonna, feel like it has more weight than usual just because of the pressure. And
Mhm.
we're almost ready to start. Just waiting on the last bagger.
Waiting on Tony,
Waiting
I
on Tony.
assume.
Yeah.
No change in baggers.
Yeah. I think France has the same lineup as they did before,
Yeah.
which I would prefer if I was, if I was in this match. I would want to have the same lineup that's been through the mud thus
I
far,
would as well.
because they know exactly what they're getting themselves into
Mhm.
at this point.
Yeah, you just gotta hope that they're not like down in call. Like hopefully the morale is down. Hopefully they've reset themselves. I imagine they were pretty dejected after choking that 13-point lead. I mean anyone would be, but I really hope that they have regrouped mentally and are ready for these 4 races that are going to be extremely challenging. And they've just got to go back to work, and they have to find a way to get it done against Germany. And here we are officially getting started, the tiebreaker GP of Team Germany versus Team France, Swiss stage, World Cup. It all comes down to this, Torp. Are you ready for this? Hopefully it is peak entertainment.
I am so excited. This is gonna be one for the books. For those of you who missed it, France was up, what was it, 36 points after GP1, and then
Yes.
Germany slowly brought it back race by race until it was tied with 2 left, and then France got a plus 13 race 11, and then Germany got the exact same race on race 12 and tied it up. And so here we are, tiebreaker GP going on, and yeah, this is gonna be a good one.
It looks like Moonview is one of the picks.
Yeah,
and it looks like
Moonview and Parkway.
JP. Yeah. 2 track picks here. I like both these tracks. I really do. I'm a fan of Parkway as well. I'm my GSC team base. We picked him. We've been picking a lot quite recently when we're kind of in the 2-4 spots, kind of in the mixed spots.
Yeah.
And I think it works really well. But
I
Moonview
think
will be
Gun picks Parkway too. We played them a couple times in GSD because I'm in the same div as
okay.
them, and they do seem to like that track as well. But Moonview, Kevin's got a big job ahead of him here.
He's got a
Starting
lot
in
of
first
here.
on a running track, and he misses the first mini turbo and gets bumped into the
Oh,
grass.
that's a bad misplay from Kevin there as he cannot on first. It's top 2 for Team France now because of that. And more Team France members are threatening him. Misses the green snipe attempt. Does pull a shroom though, and is going to be able to get into third, it looks like, here for now,
Yeah.
but still a top 2 from France.
Tough spot here. He does go wide and get a box. Nana's pretty much useless. That's one of the worst things he could have gotten there. Gonna be really hard to overcome this top 3, and he has pretty much no help right now. Another useless item for the most part. And Zone with a Mega and 5 is really powerful. If Kevin gets hit or slowed down, he could be looking at a Mega in his face too.
Yeah,
We'll
this
see.
could be really bad.
Also, Zone switching to Daisy. I mean, they haven't played BCW yet. They haven't played Mountain. I wonder if that's on their agenda. They also picked Parkway, so maybe that's the strat. Go Daisy, pick the Daisy tracks.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Kevin getting absolutely the worst of it here.
Oh no. Yeah, that's really bad. That you could not pull a worse on there. A TC. I don't know if that bomb did connect on someone. If it did, it was
I don't
pretty
think
sure on a
so.
German player. Yeah, probably
This
missed.
is a disaster for Germany right now. They're 4th and bottom 3, but he pulls Bill in 8th immediately. Shaw could be their saving grace here, maybe. It looks he's in 9th though. So unless he cheeses it or he already has it somehow, this is gonna be a wrap for this race.
Yeah.
That top
Yeah.
3 is not slowing down anytime soon.
if Germany if by any chance does have shock, they got to use it like here. I'm just gonna assume they do not have shock, and if France does have it or scheme shockless, they're gonna have a really good race. Zone is gonna go into his mega here, start and Bill. It's probably
Every
gonna be
dodge
shockless.
being used, and there's just
Oh.
no shock coming in for either team. I think the top 3 holds. Ground Star at the end. Did he lose a spot? That might have been his teammate.
I think I'm just gonna assume it
I
was
think
his
that would
teammate.
yeah, because the other team was top 3. So
And we wouldn't try to flag if that was the other team behind. You gotta keep your spot there on the line. But that's a big race for France. Top 3, 6 or 5, whatever spot he got. I don't know, but it's nonetheless it's a really big race for France, and they start off the tiebreaker GP extremely well, and the momentum is back in their favor just like that as they were able to run. We see a top 3, 6, yeah. So amazing start. I would imagine, like you said, Zone on Daisy, they probably are wanting to pick. I imagine BC Wii or
yeah,
Mountain.
that should
Either
be the
one of
pick
tracks
here.
will come out
Either
here.
one would be really good.
Yeah. I think you have to. What other really running tracks besides Rainbow? But you're not gonna pick that when your teammates on Daisy.
Yeah.
So it's got to be either one of them.
Yeah. Man, Kevin kind of dropped the ball that race. We were I mean, he was so clutch in GP3, and then he had the job of just keeping first and driving, and that
Yeah.
slight mistake ended up snowballing into just a huge race for France. And there was really no support for Kevin. I don't know what happened. First at lap 1, maybe they just got a couple bad poles, which can happen on Moonview. And so
Yeah.
France looking to capitalize on the top 3 with this running track. We'll see if they get it.
Yeah, it's just the little things that can cost you so much, especially on a running track move. You're not getting the mini turbo there out proved to be fatal for Kevin there. No pun intended, of course, but yeah, it was just stuff like that. You can't have happen when it's this close and the stakes are so high. You gotta try your best to not make those little mistakes. But Germany does get a reset right here in Delfino. Let's see if they can bring it back. If history tells us anything, it's that Germany's gonna get a good race.
Yeah, they'll find a way. They'll find a way. We'll see how they do it.
For sure. We'll see what
Surely
items.
France doesn't throw it away
True.
again, right?
Oh, that bomb though is not good. He's gonna lose those triple shrooms. Raz back here. Would you see France in 8th though right now? Would imagine Germany.
Kevin would have been in a really good spot there, but the bomb just completely nullified it.
Gonna opt to hold the star and go around, maybe in hopes that Luxie can get a shock. Bagging battle is very tight right now.
Yeah, looks like one of the baggers just fell off with Bill though, so that could open the door for a shock. If you're Germany here, you definitely would love to pull shock in this situation. Delfino is just an insanely powerful shock track.
He goes about to get blued right here in a second. Raz up here as well, but he dodges
it's France. France is in 10. It's Tony. So Luxie was the one that lost Bill. And that could honestly be the difference. A winning race here for France almost even puts it out of reach. Like, Germany needs to start this comeback now, given how bad that race was on Moonview, and Triple Shrooms is such a good bowl.
Kevin chains a star into golden, which is really good, and the pack is still close, so these spots can definitely be shaken up, and shock can definitely be. It might decide the race, to be honest. If Tony does have shock, this could decide the race for France. If they can, if you're France, one of you's got to have gotta sit for. If you don't have dodges already, you got to sit in the back for a dodge.
Yeah,
Try to
they
get
might
either
have
a
one
star
in
or
8th.
something.
Because the thing is, France is top 2, so they might be inclined to hold shock, but we'll see because he has a golden in 3rd, and I don't think they're gonna know that. We'll see if he's gonna be able to take double.
And
blue is also so big. That makes this race so much better for Germany.
And Kevin's, he's gonna get TS'd on going for double.
They TS'd kind of everyone. Let's see, is he gonna survive?
No.
Oh, he tried it. He tried it.
It was a good
attempt. Got too much grass in his face there. But that was probably France dodging into first, I would imagine.
I think you're right. I want to say. We do see Germany is up here a little bit though. 2, 3, maybe 5. This red will connects on 2 of Germany.
Wait, it hits 2 of them.
No shot.
That is insane. That's such a big swing. That's like an 8-point swing. He beat both of them off that.
Oh. WM5 lag at its finest out of that red.
Oh my god.
Unless there was something else that they hit, which I don't think so. I think
I would be so pissed if I was on Germany and that just happened on the last turn.
Man, if that was me, I'll be smashing. I'd be like smashing my controller against the desk camera too. I like Hasperinos, man. Maybe yelling some stuff in call. I don't know. Oh no, that's so bad for Germany.
Yeah, it was already going to be a winning race for France, and that was just it just being huge. Oh my God. I think I didn't see who the red was targeting, but they were probably trying to shroom like to the corner and break it, and they just got their teammate in the crossfire, and that was just a disaster.
It's almost it. That's almost it for Germany. That might be the beginning of the end for Germany. One of the nails in the coffin is, according to table, France is up by 36 after those two races. If Germany does not do something now, it's obviously going to be over. So they've got to get a good race here. They're in a dire situation here. They're going for LC
They're pulling out the big guns now. Luigi Circuit and Mario Circuit on the table.
and BC Wii for France.
Yeah.
Here's my hot take. If France gets BC Wii, I'm saying it's GG's.
They
That's my
should,
hot
yeah.
take.
It should be pretty much impossible for them to lose, but it's going to be Luigi Circuit.
Nope.
Germany is willing to roll the dice at this point.
Kind of have to if you're Germany, to be
They're
fair.
betting it all, yeah.
You're kind of out of options. You need something big here, and you need Luxy. They need him to be clutch and get the shock once again. And Germany
they haven't pulled one yet in this tiebreaker here, which has been pretty rough.
I hope one of Germany got an 8th or at least something. You gotta at least challenge for that. But you also can't sit around for too long. You have to go with France. A lot of top spots. A good pull from Kevin though with triple shrooms. A red is coming for him though, and it's gonna break.
Oh, that was crafty. He just jumped over the runners there and used somebody's body or their trail to break that. But I don't know if he's gonna be able to.
Nope.
Oh, he messed it up. He had the right idea. He would have had to burn his shroom though, which is pretty unfortunate.
It's like Shiv does get trailed by Kevin though. Good to pull his reds there. It's 2-3 for Germany right now, but Germany needs shock and they also need blues. Another shroom for Kevin, but he's not. He's probably not gonna be able to get into first. Okay, it's Knight in first. My fault, not Shiv, but
Knight's been first. I think he's just ran this race so far, but he gets hit out. Wow.
Until now, top 2 for Germany. Something could be in the works here for Germany. A blue. That's really bad. Karalte is out of first. Knight's in second. That blue is huge from France. Shock does come in.
We saw the shock. That's a France shock. But Nico Nico dodges too actually. I think players on both teams dodge.
Oh, but Zone got Bill though.
Zone spams the Bill. The blue is going for Nico, but he's waiting on the line. He didn't know his teammates weren't going to be second. And
Kevin's back here. So is Karalte a little bit.
Yeah, they got 6-7. I think they got like 1-3, 6-7. That's just not enough. Despite getting redded out of first, France honestly played that decently. They had pretty good counterplay to shock. With Zone using his star at the right time and dodging 2. And we might be looking at a mathematically impossible situation for Germany, or maybe they have to all run.
We'll see what the results say. It might be possible if they all run 2, 3, 5, 8. Okay, I think it's still possible if they all run. Okay, yeah, it is.
They're down 35. They have to all run. So yeah,
either
top
GV2
four 9. Typically, the best race you can get if you have a bagger is the plus 31 race, and a top 5, if everybody goes forward, is plus 41. So the only way they can win is by sending everybody forward, and it's been done before, but it's basically impossible.
Yeah, they need
if France play competently, this is pretty much unthrowable. However, it's not over till it's over. We've seen crazy things happen in the past. So
they're going for Mario Circuit, not GCNMC, not GV2, but Mario Circuit, and then an ARP, I think. Okay, DKJP, that's it. We do see one.
Yeah.
I think that's MC3. I think that's 3 I'm looking at right now. I don't see any. Okay, there's one GV2.
Yeah, the strat here is if you're France, you pick long tracks with a cannon. You just want to get as many chances to pull shock as possible and as many chances to dodge as possible. So Parkway obviously makes a lot of sense for that. And they do get it. So yeah.
Wow.
This is basically impossible for France to lose.
If Germany somehow gets a top 4, like 65 whatever, I might just fall out of my chair.
They need like top 4, 6, maybe like top 4, 7 ties or something. Just throwing it out there.
Top 4,
you
7,
never know.
I think the tie, yeah. So they would need top 4,
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. if it happens, I'm gonna go I'll go
If it
ballistic.
happens, then this is all scripted.
Yeah. Amen. We'll see. With Kevin is holding a star right now in 6th. Shiv back there.
Yeah.
We see Fatal. Okay, Zone's in first right now. All they need is first. If Zone can keep first, it's obviously GG. So he needs to do everything in his power to keep first here and not get hit
Yeah.
out. We'll see.
Kevin definitely needs to use his star at the end of the lap here. You do have to play differently in this situation when you're, especially on Team Germany, because you're pretty confident that your team just has no chance at getting shock. So dodges aren't really as valuable. You kind of just have to, use everything and hope to get lucky. And Chain's a shroom, so looking pretty good for Kevin right now.
He's sitting pretty. Just Shiv coming
Shiv
up.
comes
He's in
up too.
first.
Yeah,
Shroom's
France with
up.
a lot of front presence.
Yeah,
And
another
if they have shock
Shroom.
already, Shiv is dodging, and that's going to be GG's. But it looks like they didn't pull it yet, or maybe they're holding on for some reason. But I don't think they would, because they should be bottom 2 at this point. Also, the other important thing when you're all running, or when the other team's all running, is that you just sit in bottom 2 the entire race as soon as shock is in play.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can see on our POV, yeah, Zone holding the blue, so they have all the tools that they need right now. We see Kevin chaining his shrooms, just trying to catch Shiv. We'll see. He might be able to side red him here.
I think he could. No,
Shiv
he's gonna
slows
break
down.
the green.
Yeah, smart.
France has everything they need to win this to make sure that the impossible doesn't happen, though. I mean, Zone's holding blue still. They should have shock, I would imagine, unless they're unlucky and haven't pulled it. We see one way gone at last. I imagine that's one of Team France. Yeah, we're not seeing a shock just yet.
Germany using their dodges, all kinds of dodges, just trying to, not have the shock be so bad. But yeah, Kevin, he just has to chain his shroom and go for a play. He's pulling him. He's pulling a lot of shrooms, but if he doesn't hit Shiv, then it doesn't matter, because Shiv is guaranteed like a top 2 spot unless he gets hit. Let's see.
Gets into first.
He's going for it. He knows the win condition.
Blue is out. It's coming. It should. Oh, he gets green.
And he's getting blued.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
it's over.
GG.
He weed off.
The weed off immediately. He wasted
off.
no time getting out of there, and that's all she wrote.
Oh my
god, that was so funny.
He just said, "Nope, I'm out of here."
I mean, he did everything he could, I guess, but that's it. France takes it.
Oh my gosh!
What a match!
What a win for France! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that has to feel amazing if you're France. I mean, they almost threw it, right? They had the lead, and then they kind of choked it as the match went on, and then they choked race 12, kind of, and then they just pulled through. They said, "Nope, not today." And yeah, they went to town.
Yeah, they went off on the tiebreaker GP. They weren't kidding. Like, they went ham on Germany.
Almost a top 4 overall. I mean, they did, play against all run last race, but yeah. France.
They won by. Let's see what the final. We'll have to wait because obviously Kevin weed off, but we'll get you the final score in a little bit. But I mean, France have probably had. I would imagine their mentality and call was like, okay, we know we choked it. We still have another GP to redeem ourselves and win this match. We're not done yet. Well, I'm sure they were looking at it with new hope. They're like, this is our time now, and we're going for it, and we're putting Germany away, and that's exactly what they did that GP. Shouts to Tony getting the shocks though too. Let's take a minute to give him his well-deserved credit there.
Yeah, he did really well. Honestly, the whole match he did really well. I was predicting that Luigi was going to win shot count at the start, but yeah, Tony really put up a good performance, and the rest of France also played pretty solid. I mean, we saw some mistakes, especially like GP2, but yeah, really impressive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was just fun. It was really fun to watch from both teams. Both teams played super well. Germany played extremely well as well to come back at the end there and tie. I mean, draw it to a tie and not go down without a fight. I mean,
yeah, that Koopa Cape race was legendary.
Yeah, they shouldn't feel down on this. I know you're gonna feel a little down on yourself for not winning when you thought you had a chance, but they should be proud of themselves for how they played, to be honest. And they're not out of it by any means. They still have matches to go to redeem themselves. So you gotta look with new light. You gotta move on. You gotta forget about. You gotta have a memory of a goldfish. Just kind of move on. Forget about it quickly.
Yeah, they're still a strong team, and that was far from their main lineup, right? They're going to have a lot of chances in Swiss. They could even go like 3-1 and still make it out in a pretty good spot if they just tighten things up a little bit and, yeah, use that main lineup. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried if I was Germany because I do think they are really good, but definitely not the start they were looking for.
Yeah. I mean, I would only be worried for Germany if they weren't able to use Lucid or Paul at all. Like, if they never have, if they're not able to bring their main line, I might be a little worried, as we did see them falter just a little bit. Maybe they weren't as strong as they would have liked to be in this match. I feel like they could have beaten France. If they did have either Lucid or Paul, I don't know. I feel like they probably could have taken it, but we'll see what happens in France. I mean, man, you're feeling in call like you can do this, you know, like
Yeah.
you have all momentum in the world, like you're on cloud 9 right now, you know, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't really expect France to win that. You know, and it's possible that Germany was taking them lightly. Maybe they were like, yeah, you know, we can schedule the match without main lineup. I think we're going to win anyway. And I mean, that just goes to show that you cannot mess around against these hungry teams like France, and
Mhm.
good teams too. It's not just that they want to win; they have a lot of talent, like they just showed.
Yeah, you can't take any match lightly. You gotta, you can't take any team lightly. And if you're, I'm not saying Germany did take them lightly. I don't think they did. They probably, I mean, they still think they played like they would have played anyone. But you can't take the lesser teams, the underdogs, likely, because the underdogs see it as a way to maybe get themselves out there and say that, hey, we can do this if we can beat a higher seed, you know. For sure. I mean, that's just the name of the game, in opinion. But I mean, any closing thoughts, Torp, for this crazy match?
I was just happy to be here, man. That was great. That was a
It
great
was
time.
great. It was great. I'm glad
And
we
that was
got. I'm
just
glad we
the
were able to
beginning. That
have.
was the first round. There are so many more matches to come. They're going to get spicy as, you know, the higher seeded teams are going to start crossing paths. You know, the teams that are 1-0, 2-0 in the Swiss stage. And then once we get into bracket with elimination matches, this is just the beginning. So if you like what you're watching right now, keep tuning in to the Mario Kart World Cup. You know, if you're in the Discord server, they do announcements every time a cast goes live. And if there's no cast happening, a lot of the players will stream their own matches, their own POVs on Twitch. So if you like what you're seeing, there's plenty of opportunity to see more, and we will be happy to bring it to you.
Absolutely. I mean, couldn't have said it better myself. It was a pleasure to cast this. It really was. Like it couldn't have gotten more. It couldn't have been more entertaining. We got to see these two teams fight to the death, and many more matches to come. Like Torp said, we're gonna try to cast as many of these as possible, and we really hope you keep tuning in. We really hope you enjoy these. And once again, I said this last stream, but shout outs to the World Cup staff that makes this all possible. You guys are great. You guys put in a lot of work behind the scenes, and we couldn't be prouder. So I guess that's pretty much probably gonna wrap up the stream. Thank you all for watching so much. On behalf of MK Central Wii, it's been Vinny.
And Torp, thanks for watching, guys.
Have a great rest of your day or night, people. Wherever you're at.